Thank you for the flowers. It's pretty. I like them. I definitely appreciate you for doing that. But it's like, it's not really necessary. Hey everyone, my name is Pachia and welcome to my channel. This is the point where I normally tell you what this channel is all about, but I'm skipping that today because this video goes into a series I call SGT, which stands for Simple Girl Talk. So if I have any guys watching this video right now, you are more than welcome to stay. But I understand if you click out of this video because the topics for SGT kind of get a little gushy. But for my girls, I hope you guys are ready for today's topic. I certainly am. So without further ado, let's move on with the topic for SGT. The topic for this episode of SGT are the 5 love languages. Now, if you've never heard of the 5 love languages or you don't know what the 5 love languages are, basically, there are 5 different ways that we can receive love, at least according to Gary Chapman, who wrote the book on the 5 love language. Now, if you don't know your love language and you want to know your love language, there are 2 ways to do so. The first way is to, of course, read the book, or the second way is to take the online 20-ish question quiz. And once you take that quiz, you will know your love language. No love language is more significant than the other. So once you take the quiz or you read the book and you know your love language, do not be ashamed of your love language. In no particular order, I will now name the 5 love languages. Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch. Because I have not read the entire book, I don't feel comfortable breaking down each love language and talking about what it means. However, I will share my love language and tell you what it means to me. This is the order I receive love from most important to least important. Physical touch, quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, and receiving gifts. I have taken this quiz more than once, and the only difference between the last time I took this quiz to before filming this video was that quality time was my number 1 and physical touch was my number 2. But acts of service, words of affirmation, and receiving gifts has always been in that order. Since I'm sharing what my love languages mean to me, let's start off with my top 2, which is physical touch and quality time. Physical touch doesn't mean just sex. For me, it also means kissing, hugging, hand holding, and cuddling. Quality time basically speaks for itself, but for me, that's when me and my husband get to watch TV together or go out to dinner, or go on vacation, or run errands together. Like anytime I just get to be with him, for me, that's quality time. My bottom 3 love languages, it's more about the feeling of appreciation versus the feeling of love. So an example of an act of service would be like when my husband would clean out the hair out of the tub, because that shit is nasty. And so I'm always so thankful when he does that job. Babe, I know you're watching this. I just want to say thank you so much for always cleaning the hair out of the tub. An example of words of affirmation, it would be like when my husband would tell me, thank you for cooking him dinner. I appreciate the verbal communication for the act of service that I provided for him. And last but not least, an example for receiving gifts. This is like when my husband would go to the store and buy me flowers. Thank you for the flowers. It's pretty. I like them. I definitely appreciate you for doing that. But it's like, it's not really necessary. And this is something that my husband knows. He is very aware of all of my love languages. After you take the love language quiz and you know your love language, then I highly recommend that you share the information with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, or your wife, because now they are aware of how you receive love, and now they can give you love the way you receive it and the way that you feel it. Now, if they can't give you love the way you receive it, that is a whole nother conversation that y'all two need to have. But I'm not saying that you up and leave that person because they can't give you the love you receive it. I'm just saying that knowing your love language and sharing that information with the person that you're with can benefit the relationship. The last time my husband took the love language quiz was before we got married, and his top 2 was physical touch and acts of service. Now, ladies, isn't it such a man to get acts of service, because they always want us to do something for them? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, having physical touch in his top 2 and my top 2 doesn't come to a surprise, because the first 9.5 years of our relationship, we were in a long distance relationship. So when we got to see each other in those 9.5 years, we were all about that physical. And again, it doesn't just mean sex. You remember, for me, it means kissing, hand holding, cuddling, and what else is it? Kissing, hand holding, cuddling, and hugging. By the way, your love language doesn't just flow with the person you're in a relationship with. It can also flow with your family and your friends. Like for me, I love spending time with my family and my friends, and I am constantly giving all of my nieces and nephews hugs and kisses. So if you are single or you're in a relationship, take the love language quiz and then come back here and comment your love language. Thank you so much for watching this video and for hanging out with me today. I will see you in my next video. So till then, have a beautiful day and a beautiful week.